Good morning, students. So, in the last class, we have studied the laboratory experiments to find the liquid limit, and in today's class, we can study the laboratory experiments to find plastic limit and shrinkage limit. Okay, so first is plastic limit. So, what is plastic limit? Plastic limit is the water content below which the soil stops behaving as plastic material. Okay, that is at this water content, the soil loses its plasticity and passes to the semi solid state. Okay, so that is plastic limit. And for calculating the plastic limit of a soil, we are taking the soil specimen which is passing 425 micron sieve. Okay, and it is thoroughly mixed with the distilled water until the soil mass becomes plastic enough to be easily molded. That is, we have to add water such that it can be molded into any shape. Okay, after that a bowl is formed with about 10 grams of this plastic soil mass and rolled between the fingers and a glass plate. So this is the glass plate, and we are rolling the bowl between the fingers and the glass plate to roll the mass into a thread of uniform diameter throughout its length. Okay, so using that bowl we have to make a soil thread of uniform diameter, and when the diameter of 3 mm is reached, when the diameter of this soil thread is 3 mm, the soil is remolded again into bowl, and the process of rolling and remolding is repeated until the thread starts just crumbling at a diameter of 3 mm. So that water content is actually plastic limit. Okay, so by this experiment, the water content or the plastic limit is the water content at which the soil can be rolled into a thread of approximately 3 mm in diameter without crumbling. So that is plastic limit. So this is the procedure how we are calculating the plastic limit. So we have to calculate the water content. So for that, the crumbled threads are kept for water content determination. Okay, and that water content is the plastic limit of that soil. So this is a experiment to find the plastic limit of the soil. I think you are clear. Okay, this is very simple experiment, so I will repeat the definition. That is, plastic limit is the water content at which the soil can be rolled into a thread of approximately 3 mm in diameter without crumbling. Okay. Next, we can discuss about shrinkage limit. So what is shrinkage limit? Shrinkage limit is the smallest water content at which the soil is saturated. Okay, and it is also defined as the maximum water content at which the reduction of water content will not cause a decrease in the volume of soil mass. So in the last class we have studied the variation of liquid limit, plastic limit and shrinkage limit with the water content, and the graph shows that after this shrinkage limit there is no change in volume. Okay, so shrinkage limit is a maximum water content at which reduction of water content will not cause decrease in volume of the soil mass. Or shrinkage limit is the water content at which the soil stops shrinking. Okay. So for calculating the shrinkage limit, these are the apparatus. That is, there is evaporating dish, there should be a glass plate, and we are using mercury, and this is shrinkage dish. Okay, so these are the equipments for calculating the shrinkage limit. So we can discuss the procedure. So for that, about 30 gram of a soil which is passing through 425 micron sieve is taken in an evaporating dish, and after that the soil is mixed with sufficient quantity of water to bring the soil to a consistency that it may flow. After that, the soil mixture is placed in the shrinkage dish. So this is shrinkage dish. After that, the soil is filled in this shrinkage dish. Okay, without entrapping the air bubbles. The excess oil is removed and the dish is weighted with the soil. After the shrinkage dish is filled with the soil, its weight has to be calculated. So that weight will be the weight of shrinkage dish plus wet soil. Okay. Then after, the dish is placed in an oven at 110 degrees centigrade and the dry weight of the soil is determined. Then again we have to calculate the volume of dry pat of the soil. That is, after we are taking this shrinkage dish, the soil will be dry. So that is known as dry pat of the soil. And the volume of that dry pat of soil is measured by mercury displacement method. So for that we have to use mercury. So in mercury displacement method, we are calculating volume of wet soil pat and volume of dry soil pat. Okay. So first we have to find the volume of wet soil pat. Okay, so volume of the wet soil pat is actually the volume of shrinkage dish, and the shrinkage dish volume has to be calculated by mercury displacement method, and for that the shrinkage dish is filled with mercury to overflow, and a flat glass plate is pressed over its top, and the mercury in the shrinkage dish is weighted. So volume means weight divided by density of mercury. So weight divided by density of mercury gives volume of the wet soil pat. Okay, that is we are filling the wet soil into the shrinkage dish. So volume of the wet soil will be equal to volume of the shrinkage dish. So volume of shrinkage dish is calculated by filling the shrinkage dish fully the mercury, and weight of the mercury is taken, and weight of the mercury divided by density of the mercury is volume of mercury which is filling in the shrinkage dish. And next we have to calculate the volume of dry soil, but volume of dry soil is not that of the volume of this shrinkage dish, because after drying there will be a reduction in volume. Okay, so for calculating volume of dry soil there is another method, that is dry soil pat. We have to calculate the volume of dry soil pat. Okay, that is dry soil pat means after drying the shape of this soil mass will be like a coin. Okay, so it is known as dry soil pat, and for that a glass cup is first filled with mercury, and excess mercury is removed by pressing the glass plate with 3 prongs firmly over the top of the cup. Then a cup with mercury is placed in an evaporating dish. So this is the arrangement. Okay, so this is the evaporating dish, and this glass cup is filled completely with the mercury. Okay, and it is leveled by using the glass plate. This glass plate is pushed towards downward direction, so excess mercury will be removed out. Okay, like that we are filling the glass cup fully with mercury. Then after that the dry soil pat is placed on the surface of the mercury of the cup and is carefully forced down by means of glass with prongs. And the weight of the mercury so displaced is calculated, and weight divided by density of mercury will gives volume of the dry soil pat. Okay, that is we are filling this glass plate fully with mercury. Okay, after that we have to calculate the volume of dry soil pat. So the dry soil pat is placed on top of this mercury, okay, carefully, and it is pressed carefully downwards. And when it moves downwards, or when the dry soil pat is forced down using some prongs, there will be displacement of mercury. Okay, so the displaced mercury will be corresponding to the weight of the dry soil pat. Okay, and the displaced mercury will be collected in this evaporating dish, and its weight is calculated. So volume of that mercury divided by density of mercury will give the volume of dry soil pat. So that is the procedure how we are calculating volume of dry soil pat. Okay, so we got volume of wet soil pat and volume of dry soil pat, and this figure also shows the determination of volume of dry pat. Okay, that I have explained. Using these prongs we are pressing the dry pat towards the mercury, and there will be displacement of mercury, and the weight of that displaced mercury is calculated, and weight by density of mercury will gives volume of this dry pat. Okay. So next we have to calculate the shrinkage limit. So this is the procedure how we are calculating volume of dry soil pat and volume of wet soil pat, that is V1 and V2. Next for that look at these figures, this block diagram. This first block diagram of diagram of a soil sample which shows it is fully saturated, and it has a water content which is greater than the expected shrinkage limit. Okay, and this second figure shows the sample at shrinkage limit. Okay, and the third figure shows the condition when the soil sample is oven dried. Okay, so in the previous experiment we have mixed the soil with the water corresponding to the shrinkage limit. So that is the condition of this wet soil pat. And after that we have oven dried. Okay, so the volume of or the condition of soil which is oven dried or oven dried soil pat represents this block diagram. Okay, and So here the figure 1 represents the soil sample at the plastic limit, this figure, and as the sample is gradually dried, the water content at certain stage becomes equal to shrinkage limit. Okay, that is when the soil get dried, the water content at certain stage will become equal to that of shrinkage limit. So at this point it is at shrinkage limit. So here the initial volume is V1. Okay, that is V1 minus V2, that is reduction in volume is marked by this V1 minus V2. Okay, that is this volume is V2 and here it is V1. So V1 minus V2 is the reduction in volume, and the sample again continues to dry with no further volume decrease. So and it is reached in the dry state and is represented by this figure C. Okay, so what is shrinkage limit? Shrinkage limit means water content in the shrinkage stage. So this is shrinkage stage. So water content at this stage is known as shrinkage limit. So we have to find an expression for the water content at this stage. So that will give the shrinkage limit. Okay, for that water content means weight of water by weight of solid. So weight of water, we have to calculate weight of water in this stage. Okay, that is mass of weight of water in first stage, or weight of water in this stage will be equal to W1 minus Ws. Okay, so that is weight of water in figure A. So here weight of water is equal to total weight W1 minus Ws. Okay, then loss of mass from stage 1 to stage 2. What is loss of water from this stage to this stage? This is loss of water. Okay, that is V1 minus V2. This is a reduction in volume. So weight will be equal to volume into density. So V1 minus V2 into density of water. That will be loss of water from stage 1 to stage 2. Then after that, what will be the weight of water in stage 2? This will be equal to weight of water in this stage minus this loss. That will be weight of water here. Okay, so it is expressed by this equation, that is W1 minus Ws is the weight of water in the first stage, and V1 minus V2 into density of water is the loss of water from stage 1 to stage 2. Okay, so so by reducing this from this one, we will get weight of water in this stage, second stage. Okay, so we got weight of water, then divided by weight of solid, we will get water content. So water content means weight of water by weight of solid. So this is the equation for calculating shrinkage limit. Okay, so this is the procedure how we are calculating shrinkage limit in laboratory. Okay, so by this the 3 experiments to find liquid limit, plastic limit and shrinkage limit is over. Thank you.